Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I'm your Islamic Studies teacher, Miss Nausheen, with you with a new lesson today. Our today's lesson title or topic is Divorce. This lesson is in continuation of the current unit, Family Issues, and this is the second chapter of the unit Family Issues. First of all, we'll go through the objectives. In this lesson, particularly, we are going to study about the types of divorce mentioned in the Holy Quran and what are the rules and regulations Allah has set forth in the Islamic Sharia regarding divorce. So let's see the objective first. By the end of the lesson, you will be able to deduce or conclude the significance of divorce, lawfulness. You will be able to differentiate between the three types of divorce. You will be able to elucidate the meaning of khola or khul, an agreement concluded for the purpose of dissolving marriage from girl's side, from the wife's side. You will be able to realize divorce effects on family members. You will also be able to recognize the Islamic Sharia concerns with marital life. What is divorce? Actually, in divorce is the termination of marriage agreement, and men during the ignorance era Jahiliyyah used to divorce their wives and take them back before their prescribed period ends. And they did it many times. They used to do it on a regular basis. So a woman came to Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, and complained that her husband divorces her, then returned her back only to harm her. Thus Aisha told the Prophet peace be upon him about that, and Allah Almighty has sent the following verses. These are the verses which talks about divorce. The verses of Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2 of Holy Quran, from 229 to 231. Divorce may be pronounced twice, then either the wife be kept honorably or parted with gracefully. It is not lawful for you to take back anything out of what you have given them. There is, however, an exception to this if you fear that they might not be able to keep within the limits imposed by Allah Almighty. There is no harm if both agree mutually that the wife should obtain divorce by giving something as compensation. Here Allah is talking about the khula to the husband. These are the bounds set by Allah, therefore do not violate them, for those who violate the bounds of Allah are the transgressors. And if the husband divorces his wife for the third time, she shall not remain his lawful wife after this absolute divorce, unless she marries another husband and the second husband divorces her after consummation of marriage. In that case, there is no harm if they remarry, provided that the woman and her first husband are convinced that they will be able to keep within the boundaries fixed by Allah Almighty. And these are Allah's bound which He makes clear for the guidance of those who know the consequence of transgression. Now we'll look into the concept of divorce. As I already mentioned, divorce means the termination of the marriage contract by pronouncement of specific words. Allah has permitted divorce because it is the only solution for marital problems after using up all other means of reconciliation, which we have exclusively talked about in the previous lesson, that Allah has, in the end suggested to, if all other means are exhausted and the arbitrary means is also not working and it's the final thing, then and the final step is to disintegration of the marriage, which is the divorce. Now we will see what types of divorces are there. This is the first type is at-talaq rajil, where revocable divorce after first divorce pronouncement. If the husband going to pronounce or say the words of that I am divorcing you, I divorced you for first time, It is the type in which spouse can reunite after the iddah period of or the prescribed waiting period, which is three menstrual cycles concerning only the first and the second time of divorce pronouncement. He reunites does not require the acceptance of the wife in avoiding emotional effect on her decision. This reuniting of husband and wife does not require the acceptance of wife like in avoiding emotional effect on her decision. It does not terminate the marriage. During the iddah period, if spouse want to reunite and the husband wants to take her back, he can take her back without any additional meher, giving her additional meher or without any new contract of marriage. It also does not require a new contract of marriage or nor dower or meher. Any kind of dowry is not required in this type of divorce. This is, the second type, which is at-talaq al-bayan bayan biyun al-sughra. At-talaq al-bayan biyun al-sughra, minor divorce. It is in case the iddah, the prescribed waiting period of second divorce pronouncement is ended. According to this type, rules are spouse can reunite, and this reuniting is conditioned by woman acceptance. Now the woman have to accept it to reunite with the husband, and this type of divorce requires the new contract and of marriage, and again the dowry or dower will be there. Dowry will be fixed again. So this in this minor divorce, at-talaq al-bayun al-kubra sughra, this is a minor divorce. In this case, the iddah period, the prescribed waiting period of second divorce, when the husband utter the words for second time, or he can utter in one, um, you know, just say second time. So according to this type, husband needs to renew his contract marriage again, and he has to give dowry uh, has to fix the dowry for the woman, and woman needs to accept that okay, I am I she needs to be agreed on reconciliation or reuniting. Then there is the final divorce. This is the at-talaq al-bayan bayunul kubra. At-talaq al-bayan bayunul kubra, major divorce. It is the third time of divorce pronouncement where marital relations comes to an end. This is the major divorce. The third time, if the husband says that I am divorcing you, this is the final case. Now, in such case, for the spouses to be reunited, if they want to reunite, the woman must get married by another man with legal contract, and the consummation of marriage must happen. Then, so if this new husband died or divorced her on account of his own will, she can be reunited with the former husband after the end of her iddah, the prescribed waiting period of the second marriage. Okay, she has to wait for three menstrual cycles to see if she is not pregnant or she has, then with a new marriage contract, she can again, and new dowry, she can again remarry to the previous husband. After all, they should be sure that they will perform duties to each other. Allah Almighty says, and if the husband divorces his wife for the third time, which is the final divorce, and in this divorce, the husband and wife rights there are no rights on husband, claims on wife, and wife cannot claim on husband in this divorce afterwards. And inheritance, I have already explained the inheritance rules, they will apply. She shall not remain his lawful wife, but there are conditions that I also described. That what are the conditions? So Allah Almighty say, and if the husband divorces his wife for the third time, she shall not remain his lawful wife after this absolute divorce, unless she marries another husband and the second husband divorces her. In that case, there is no harm if they remarry. provided that the woman and her first husband are convinced that they will be able to keep within the boundaries fixed by Allah. And these are Allah's bounds, which He makes clear for the guidance of those who know the consequences of transgression. So this verse is very clear about that if a husband and wife which divorced each other for the third time, the final divorce, the major divorce happened, Bayan Bayunal Kubra, then they will not be able to reunite up until the woman will remarry to another man and the marriage will consummate and the man will on his own will divorces the woman, and then after completing her idda period she can remarry the first or former husband with new marriage contract and with new dowry. Be aware, abusive divorce talaq al tasri is a divorce that intending to harm. For example, when husband divorces his wife and takes her back before ending of idda, the prescribed waiting period, and to do that again and again, intending to trouble her and wasting the time before divorcing her. Divorcing without reasonable causes harms the wife, and divorcing during illness before death intending to prevent her from inheritance, like I discussed the case. Then if the husband wanting only to on his deathbed and to deprive her from his property or from inheritance in his property inheritance, he divorces his wife. In that case, even after his death or during she is going to inherit, because this is unlawful. So, inheritance I have already described. So, divorcing without reasonable cause harm wife, and yeah, this is arbitrary divorce and its effects. A thesis presented at seminar. This is taken from that. This is the law. Now we will see al-khul. What is al-khul? Khul means the separation of the wife in return for a payment. This is another kind of divorce which is taken by the wife. And she demands, in this case, the wife demands the marriage termination or disintegration or nikah to be terminated from her husband. The husband takes the payment and lets his wife go. They will mutually decide what husband need, like a payment of some kind of meher she has to give to her husband, whether the payment is the meher which he gives to her or more or less than that. So she has to give return back to that meher to her concerning al-khul. Islam has said, or they will decide whatever the money husband will or anything they mutually can decide that husband will take, and in return the husband will divorce the her wife upon her wife's wish and upon her wife's demand, or more or less than that. Concerning al khul, Islam has set some rules related to husband, as he is not permitted to harm his wife, or he cannot compel her to seek al khul. Al khul, that because husband does not want to pay the dowry, the meher, actually which has been put, because meher has been divided into two portions. One which is immediate, which is given you know mm, at the night of the marriage, and one which is will be given to the at the time when the divorce will happen. So the meher is divided into two types, two portions. So to deprive her from that right of taking the rest of the meher, if husband just compel the wife to divorce, to take khul, so he cannot do. It's not allowed in Islam. Allah Almighty says, then if you fear that they would not be able to keep the limits ordained by Allah, then there is no sin on either of them if she gives back the meher or a part of it, any part of it, or for her al-khul divorce, khula. These are the limits ordained by Allah, so do not transgress them. So Allah is saying that if you fear that they would not be able to keep the limits ordained by Allah, and then there is no sin on either of them, if she will decide, they will mutually decide that I will going to give, decide with the husband that okay, this much amount I am going to give you, so you just give me khula or give me khul. So this divorce, whole divorce. So these are the limits ordained by Allah. By their mutual understanding, they can decide. So do not transgress them. Now learn. This is for your knowledge. The work on which the fatwa is based is that khul or khula is a divorce. It is permissible. I am using both terminologies because people call it in to both names, khul and khula. It is permissible for the husband to return to his wife during the iddah period, provided that he has a new contract with all his legitimate requirements of Sharia, namely her consent, her guardian's permission, a new dowry, and evidence. Okay, divorce effects. Now we will talk about the divorce effects. Divorce has its effects on all family members. As you know, divorce is the most detested act which has been permitted by Allah Almighty, permissible, because this, according to hadith of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, and that divorce, this thing which is made halal and permissible by Allah, is the most detested thing. Divorce has, because it has some repercussions which are very bad on the family, on the psychology of children, on their brought up. Divorce has its effects on all family members. The wife psychologically stressed sometimes when the wife does not want to take a divorce and she's been given divorce. She is often stressed, feels stressed and lonely. She is the most affected by that because she is the sensitive one, and in the sensitive one, and the uh, you know the taken care of the one. She is more sensitive than the men, and she is separated from her children as well. She would suffer from deprivation and is always concerned about them. Then, on the other hand, the husband also is affected by divorce psychologically and financially because he pays mukhar, a delayed dowry. The dowry, muajjal is there and mukhar is there. Mukhar is actually the thing which will, the part of the dowry or dower which will you have to pay when the divorce is happening, and muajjal is what you will pay at the night of the wedding before touching your wife. And the sustenance of idda, the prescribed waiting period, children and their custody. So they have to, because the meher will should be given, this dower which should be given, the rest of the part of mukhar dower is to be paid to the wife at the time of divorce. So it can also put the man, the spouse, the husband, in financial burden, under financial burden. And the sustenance of idda, the prescribed waiting period, children and their custody. We are going to see extensively the rules and regulations during Idda, what are the rules and rights of the woman during Idda in the next chapter. In this chapter we are only discussing the types of divorce and what happens if the divorces are there, what are the conditions in which divorces will take effect. Husbands and wife responsibility. That marriage is an obligation and convention spouses ought to preserve. Allah Almighty says, and they have taken from you a firm, a strong covenant. In Surah An-Nisa, verse number 21. Thus, both spouses should keep on marriage and should keep their marriage and avoid dissolving it for unreasonable or arbitrary causes. In this context, a man came to Umar ibn al-Khattab and saying that he wants to divorce his wife because he feels bored of her. He said to Umar that I am very bored from my wife. Then Umar said to him, woe to you! Is it not all families built based on love, where they are caring, custody, and intimacy? Urged by Islam, Islam says that all families are based on love, caring, custody, and intimacy. This is why a husband should not give divorce to to a woman. In the end, we discussed that part a little bit. But what are the kind of divorce? We discussed the four kind of divorce, and we discussed what are the conditions. I hope you understood fully, and you can watch again the video to understand better. And I will give you the homework which will assess your capabilities and your understanding of the lesson. I will be in the next lesson telling you the rights of the woman regarding what is raja and what is actually idda and all that extensively. Thanks for being with me right now.